Genesis of this movie goes back to 2018 when Jen Lee announced to the studio and whispered on Chris Buck's ear, who she collaborated in with Frozen, that she wanted to bring an original movie that celebrated the 100th anniversary of Disney animation.
As a producer, as someone who's been in the films for a longer time, what is your wish?
I am very excited about the last few movies and what is to come with Jennifer Lee's leadership, and story is king, and it has always been king.
Fan casting is always there, so that's something that fans always wish for a lot of things.
And before I leave you, I want to just encourage you and everyone to go watch this movie in the big screen.
Hey,
Hello,
Juan Pablo. Hey, this is Monica from Bollywood Hangama. Nice to meet you.
it's nice to meet you too.
How's it going? So basically, I watched Wish 2 days ago, and it was quite refreshing, nice escapism from a little bit of here and there reality. So my question is, it's come at a time where Disney is celebrating 100 years, and in animation, and from what I observed is like Disney has gone back to the 2D animation and blended it with 3D. So how was that? Like, what was the idea behind the animation completely, and how did that come about?
Well, when the genesis of this movie goes back to 2018 when Jen Lee announced to the studio and whispered on Chris Buck's ear, who she collaborated in with Frozen, that she wanted to bring an original movie that celebrated the 100th anniversary of Disney animation. So it's a very tall order, and we brought in employees from around the studio and our colleagues to talk about what Disney meant to them, and words like hope and joy and wishing on a star came to the forefront, but also the celebration of the past, present, and future of Disney animation came up, and that's a big part of the look. We knowing that this movie was gonna turn out to be a fairy tale, we looked at our first fairy tales like Pinocchio and Snow White, and we looked at those beautiful watercolor look. That we definitely wanted that to be a part of this movie, but so our artists collaborated with the folks in technology to have something that's reminiscent of the past while also pushing it to the future.
Ariana DeBose voices for Asha. And I do want to ask that how has Disney heroines changed over the years and evolved over the years to a point that now writers could write something like Asha?
So Asha is a heroine where we set out to make her very relatable because she was the perspective or the point of view of the audience on this journey of wishing on a star and making a wish come true. So we wanted her to feel like someone like you or like me that has the courage to sing or say her wish out loud and then pursue it, no matter what obstacles get thrown at her. And Ariana was a big part of it because when we casted her, we saw a lot of those qualities in her, but she also helped us develop the character and brought a lot of her own personality into Asha. So it's reflective, really, of the people that are making the movie. We also have wonderful female voices that are writing the story, like Jennifer Lee and Allison Moore and Julia Michaels writing the music, or Fawn directing it. So it has little pieces of each one of these wonderful women creating this wonderful new character.
Was Chris Pine always the first choice for King Magnifico? Because I was watching it, such a diverse kind of layered role, and he had so much to do, and that requires the amount of animation and the amount of prep that goes into this character. So was he always the choice for this?
Yes, absolutely. Like it was such a hard character to cast because as you're saying, he needs to be charismatic because it's someone that you are willing to give your wish to, but he also needs to go full Bella and have an amazing singing voice. So it was quite a challenge to figure out who could play it. But I will not lie. Once we heard him, we knew that he had the perfect voice for it, and he's also such an incredible talented actor that has all of this range that it was a no-brainer, and I can't see anyone else playing the character in English.
As a producer, as someone who's been in the films for a longer time, what is your wish like for future projects? What do you think that Disney would move ahead with? What kind of animations would we see in future, and what is the wish that you carry forward?
I am very excited about the last few movies and what is to come with Jennifer Lee's leadership, and story is king, and it has always been king, and that's what I want us to continue to do: tell timeless but timely movies with endearing characters, wonderful music, and do what Disney does best, because that's what we need. As you were saying, when you watched it took you back to that. It gave you feelings of hope and joy, and that's what the world needs right now.
I'm unsure whether you've watched Indian films or any kind of Indian content, but I do want to know that if you were to, if any of the Indian actors were supposed to be part of the film or like part of Asha or King Magnifico, would you do you know anybody that would be perfect fit for those roles?
I am not very familiar with the industry over there, but I mean, I know that you have wonderful talent. I think so. I turn that to you to daydream about who those people could be.
That's fan casting is always there, so that's something that fans always look for a lot of things.
And before I leave you, I want to just encourage you and everyone to go watch this movie in the big screen. It's gonna be playing exclusively in theaters for a very long period of time without going to any type of platform. And it's a movie that, the artistry and this style that we were talking about is meant to be seen in the big screen. So it's very exciting.
But the music is such a big part of the project, and it just drives you into the emotions of the characters. You sort of get the idea what the characters are feeling. So how important is it, and how is music created along with the movie when while it is being made, or it is already created before the movie begins?
It's created at the same time. So, we collaborated with Julia Michaels and her writing partner, Benjamin Rice. And as Jen and Allison were writing the script, we brought in the ideas of what the content of the song needed to be. But then they came back with some other ideas. And it was a very collaborative, workshopy process. For example, this Wish. We've had that song for a few years now, and it really informed the story. So that is the beauty of our process, where music influences writing and writing influences music.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Juan Pablo. My time is wrapped, but congratulations and all the very best for the film.
Thank you. It was great meeting you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Great meeting you here. Thank you.